Welcome back, everyone, to our second deep dive into CRM logic, the RevOps operating system.
Yeah, great to be back. Today we're really getting into the nuts and bolts, specifically how that CRM system functions at the heart of go-to-market.
Especially thinking about cyber startups, that kind of environment where things move fast.
Exactly. And we're pulling a lot of our thinking today from the work of ranalgov. He's a director of revenue operations, knows this stuff inside out.
Right. He's got some serious credentials, too, like certified RevOps architect, Salesforce administrator.
Mm-hmm. And a certified go-to-market systems strategist. So he's really looked at this from all angles.
Definitely. So the core idea we're digging into, drawing from Rand's masterclass CRM, the GTM operating system, is that the CRM isn't just, a sales tool.
Not at all. It's really the operating system, the OS for your whole revenue engine marketing, sales, CS, even finance tying in.
And understanding that foundational logic, how it should work, is just critical. We'll also touch on how AI is starting to creep into this space.
Yeah, it's becoming more relevant. So let's start right there. Why this operating system concept? What makes the CRM so central?
Well, think about it. Marketing pours leads in, right?
Yeah.
Sales works the deals there.
Customer success tracks interactions, health scores. Finance needs that data for forecasting revenue.
It's the one place where all those customer-facing pieces should connect. When it works, it facilitates everything.
Okay, but what happens when it doesn't work? When it's, messy? Rand had a good analogy for this.
He did, didn't he? The cracked foundation.
Exactly. A messy CRM, bad data. It means your reports are garbage.
Handoffs break down. Friction between teams.
Deals stall out. You can't trust the numbers. People get frustrated. Customers get a bad experience. It just grinds things to a halt.
So recognizing that danger, where do you start fixing it? Or building it right the first time? Rand is clear on the starting point.
Yeah, he emphasized starting with object modeling, basically defining those core building blocks.
Leads, contacts, accounts, opportunities.
Yeah.
The usual suspects.
Right, but also how they relate. He stressed that in B2B SaaS especially, almost everything should connect back to the account. That's your central view of the customer org.
Gives you the full picture. And what about leads?
Rand sees them as temporary. Get them qualified, convert them to a contact linked to an account fast. Don't let info just sit there in a lead record forever.
Keep the flow moving. Okay, and he also mentioned custom objects, like tailoring it.
Yeah, for processes unique to your business. His example was a POC object, proof of concept.
Ah, okay, so if you have that distinct evaluation stage.
Exactly. Instead of just a deal stage, a dedicated object lets you track specifics, what's being tested, the success criteria, the outcome, much richer data for analysis later.
That makes sense. More granular detail. Now, within those objects, you have all the fields. That seems like another place things can get messy fast.
Oh, definitely. Rand's big point here. Every single field needs a purpose. Ask why it exists, who uses it, what decision it informs if you can't answer that.
Get rid of it.
Pretty much, or figure out its purpose. And use pick lists, drop downs with defined options wherever you possibly can. Avoid free text.
Because consistency is key for reporting and filtering, right?
Absolutely. Trying to filter on industry when everyone types it differently, nightmare. Pick lists enforce that standard.
Right, recipe for chaos otherwise. Okay, so objects defined, field structured. What's the next logical layer?
That's the deal structure, mapping out your sales process within the CRM, stage by stage.
And Rand had a specific take on this. It's not just about what the sales rep is doing.
Precisely. He really pushed for stages reflecting the buyer's progress. Things like qualified, pre-POC, in-POC, POC completed, tech win, commercial.
So it mirrors their journey, not just internal checklists.
Yeah, gives you a much more realistic view of pipeline health. And critically, he said, include the exit stages.
Like qualified out or closed lost.
And capture the reason why. Was it budget, competition, timing? That why is gold for refining your strategy. You need to know why things fall out of the funnel.
Invaluable feedback loop. And whose job is it to keep all this deal info up to date?
Rand put it squarely on the account executive, the AE. It's their deal.
But, and this is a big but.
Right. But the system needs to make it easy for them. Automate what you can, pre-fill fields, make it intuitive. Build CRM hygiene into onboarding and ongoing process. Don't make it a chore.
Make it part of the workflow, not an extra task. Makes perfect sense. Now, lots of companies face this, switching CRMs, maybe HubSpot to Salesforce, or just needing a major cleanup. Rand had some key rules for that.
He did. 3 big ones. First, don't migrate your mess. Clean the data before you move it.
Don't just replicate the problems in a new system.
Exactly. Second, align fields and processes first, then build in the new tool. Use it as a chance to improve, not just copy-paste the old way.
Makes sense. Design the future state.
And third, get RevOps involved early in picking the tool. Technology should support your process, not the other way around. Choose the tech that fits the strategy you've already defined.
Solid advice. Okay, let's pivot a bit. We mentioned AI earlier. How does that fit into this CRM logic picture?
Well, this is where all that foundational work really starts to pay off looking forward. RevOps leaders are juggling so much different tools, tasks, goals, KPIs, managing teams.
It's complex.
Hugely complex. AI promises to help cut through some of that, automating tasks, finding patterns in the data you might miss, helping manage workflows.
Okay, but it needs good fuel, right? Like, the AI can't work miracles with bad data.
That's the absolute key takeaway Rand implies. AI thrives on clean, structured, reliable data. All the things we just talked about, logical objects, consistent fields via pick lists, accurate deal stages.
That's bedrock AI needs to actually deliver valuable insights.
Precisely. If your CRM is a mess, AI tools layered on top are likely to give you messy, unreliable result. Garbage in, garbage out, amplified. So getting that CRM structure right isn't just best practice, it's becoming table stakes for leveraging future tech like AI effectively in RevOps.
All right, so wrapping up this deep dive, the CRM is way more than a sales database. It's your GTM operating system.
And getting that foundation right, the object logic, the field structure, the buyer-focused deal stages, smart tech choices, it's non-negotiable.
And increasingly, it's the key to unlocking things like AI down the road. So the question for you listening is, how logical is your CRM setup? Is it powering growth? Or is it maybe holding you back?
Something to really think about. How do these principles apply in your world? Where are the friction points?
And looking ahead, join us next time. We're tackling funnels aren't just for marketers.
Ooh, that sounds interesting. We'll be digging into how you define and measure that funnel across the entire GTM journey. Marketing, SDRs, sales, CS. Should be good.
Definitely. If you want to check out more from ranalgov, his website is ranalgov.bio. That's RANALGOV.bio.
And he's on LinkedIn too, of course. LinkedIn.com and Written Revenue Ops.
Great resources there. Well, thanks for tuning in to this deep dive on CRM logic.
This has been CRM Logic, the RevOps operating system, built on the insights and experience of RanAlgov. See you next time.